friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Recently, the folks at the Paper Insider contacted me to see if I wanted to play with one of their mystery boxes. And I said, of course I do. So here it is in front of me. And in case you don't know what this is a subscription mystery box from the Paper Insider. And they ship these out 4 times a year. So it is subscription based. And fair warning, I did this beautiful opening and walkthrough of all the products, and you'll see in a minute, my phone went dead. So I'm going to recreate what I had already done here. I was very sad, obviously, because even Vanna White would have been proud of my walkthrough of this, the first round. So when you open it, it's beautifully packaged. There's this nice sticker and it's all wrapped up in tissue. And everything that you see comes wrapped in plastic, but obviously I had already opened the plastic. So we're going to look at these later. This is a little pack of paper and a little pink envelope. And right now I'm just going to take everything back out of the box. And we're going to look at all the papers. So this is a white velvet cardstock. This is a half sheet of letter sized. This paper is called Bermuda Wave. I believe this is 100 pound. Now at the top you'll see information like this is called Pink Lemonade cardstock. That's the matching envelope that you saw at the beginning, by the way. This it's called Remake cardstock, and they make it in an upcycling process using residue from the leather manufacturing process, which I find pretty fascinating. This is also Remake cardstock in color Smoke. I love both of those pieces, by the way. This is White Linen Weave. And when you see names at the top, I just got that information from their Instagram account. This is the Canary Yellow. This is lavender. It's got to be at least 100 pound because it felt heavier than that yellow. This is Orange Dream Sparkle, and it's shimmery, but it's very subtle, and it's a really cool paper. This is Purple Metallic Foil. I would compare this to mirror cardstock, if you're familiar with that, or what people call mirror cardstock. This is Black Diamond Glitter. This is so cool. I would compare this to the Luxe Glitter cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, if you're familiar with that. This is just some orange glitter cardstock. Now this pink, this is called Beauty Pink Silk. And again, I got this information from them. It's very silky and shimmery and kind of iridescent. And the purple is just like it. And oh my gosh, this paper, the Party Confetti Chunky Glitter paper, is to die for. And I just want an entire box of this. So there's like 2 ultra premium papers in this box. This one and the next one. And they're just really special. So this next one is White Frosting Chunky Glitter. And I haven't used this one yet, but I'm looking forward to using this in a wintry scene. Look at that sparkle. Oh my gosh, it's just like snow and ice. This is the Silver Disco Ball Metallic. I would put this in the holographic category of papers. Really cool. And this, I didn't see any information on this. It's very shimmery. It's like a white glossy cardstock, kind of iridescent, as you can see. And I love that. So inside the box, there is this little handout that kind of describes those 2 ultra premium pieces that I just shown you. And we're back to this little pack of paper. This is a little sample pack of 6x6 paper, and it's thin paper. It'd be great for like origami, or I think it's great for stamping. In fact, you'll see me use it for stamping later on in this video. And there are 10 pieces in this pack, and I love the colors. They're kind of retro to me. So on my walkthrough, I did forget one piece of paper. It was this shimmery, like iridescent vellum, and you'll see that later. So I just wanted to mention that. All right, so I've grabbed these two screenshots from their website, and it just kind of tells you how it works. But bottom line is, it's subscription based and it's $29.95 a box. So you get a box winter, spring, summer, fall, and there's free shipping. And now in my box, I counted 18 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper, plus there was that velvet paper, plus the envelope. So when I look at subscriptions, I always ask myself, is it worth it? And if I haven't mentioned it before, I used to be a CPA. I did corporate tax. So don't be contacting me in April asking me how to do your taxes because I hate individual taxes. But I don't do either anymore. So I do, however, use spreadsheets every day. I do have a spreadsheet for everything in my life. So, of course, I wanted to see if this box of paper was worth it. So, yes, I created a spreadsheet. And basically, what I did was I looked at the three companies that I buy paper from the most. And these are major online retailers. I didn't look at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I'm looking at three of the companies that I buy my paper from the most. And I took an average, like I compared glitter cardstock to the glitter cardstock online. I compared the glossy cardstock, the heavy cardstock. I was comparing apples to apples when I could. And I took the average of those three companies' prices and I compared it to what was in this box. And believe it or not, it came out within $1 of each other. And I was a little surprised because usually when you have a subscription like this, you're kind of paying extra for that mystery factor or the fact that it's being delivered to you. But when I say that they came within $1 of each other, that doesn't factor in shipping. So if I were to order $30 of paper from these companies online, I have to pay shipping on top of that. So the fact that this includes free shipping is pretty amazing. Now, the other thing that I think is cool about this box is it make a great gift for a crafty friend. And also the cancellation policy is great. You can cancel it at any time. One more thing I wanted to mention that I did see on the website, you can order past boxes. So if you see their mystery box number 1 or 2, you can order it. Now, it is, I think, $5 more to order it after the fact as opposed to subscribing. But still a great value. Now, I just, again, want to clarify, I don't work for them. They did send this to me for free, but I just want to share my experience with you and, my thoughts. So with that, let's play with some of this paper. All right, for my first card, we're going to use the Party Confetti paper and this really pretty pink silky paper. And we're going to use one of my favorite die sets ever. This is the Radiant Ornament Layer Set from Birch Press Designs. And this is one of my very favorite, actually first layering die set, I think, that I ever got. And I just still love it to this day. So I'm just going to cut it out of this pink piece of paper. And I've already cut the pink paper down to be less than an A2 sized, so I can have a nice margin on my final card. And here you see the opening that I've created. And even better, I have the start of my second card because this is layer A of the set. So I'm going to put that aside. So now I have a white card base, A2 sized, and I have cut a piece of this amazing paper out. And it's smaller than my pink panel. And I am going to use score tape to attach it to my card base. I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't want to use glue. And I just wanted this to just really stick nicely to my card base. So I'm going to just make sure I put that right in the middle. And that way I know that my pink piece will cover it nicely, and I'm just making sure that I did it right. And now I'm going to put foam tape on the back of this pink panel. Now, this is the same thing that you would do if you were making a shaker card, but I don't need to make a shaker card because this background, it already looks like a shaker card. It's already just amazing by itself. So here you can see I've applied a lot of foam tape and I'm just pulling the release tape off. And now I can just put it on top of that paper. And this card design is just couldn't be easier. But with that paper, it just is wow. All right, I've cut my little ornament topper out of some satin gold cardstock from my stash, and I'm just gluing it right on there. And then the sentiment, I also cut out of that gold cardstock. This is the print and script Merry Christmas die from Waffle Flower. This is new for them this month. And there's a shadow layer that I cut out of white. And I'm just putting on some really good glue on the back. This was my Gina K glue, Connect glue. And I'm just using my T-square to make sure it's on there straight. And then I will come in with an acrylic block at the end just to lay on top and make sure it dries. And there we go. There's the card. You can see that pink, silky, shimmery paper. And then look at that. I mean, wow, right? All right, for the second card, which we had already started, I'm using that orange paper. And this is the paper that I forgot to show in the reveal. This is the pink vellum, the iridescent vellum. And so I cut layer B from the die set out of the orange and layer C out of that pink vellum. And now I'm tracing it onto white cardstock. Now that's because this die set does not have a solid ornament layer to it. So this is how I create a solid ornament if I need it. Now normally you can just lay what you have on the right hand side onto a white card base, and so you don't need that little solid layer, but I want to put it on this orange piece. Now I had taken a piece of that orange cardstock and I used this negative sparks cover plate, and then I put that on top of a white card base. And I mean, come on, look how cool that looks. And all I have to do is glue that ornament on. And for the sentiment, I'm using this print and script Merry Christmas die set again. It's the same die. I'm just not using the shadow this time. Now, right now I'm putting glue on just a white piece of cardstock that I had cut. And on the left, this is that shimmery, kind of glossy white cardstock from the mystery box. And I'm going to create my own shadow. So I just want to drop shadow on this. And this is great if you have a word die that doesn't have a shadow layer. Now I do have a shadow layer, but I didn't want to cover up too much of my pretty ornament. So I'm just offsetting it onto a black layer, and that just creates this really cool drop shadow effect. So now I can just glue it on, and I cut my little ornament topper out of that white glossy cardstock as well. And I just, again, super easy card, but how pretty, and it really lets the cardstock shine. All right, moving on. I'm going to make another card similar to the first one. These are the stitched numbers from Spellbinders. And I just want to cut them into my top panel. I don't care that there's stitch detail on here because you're never going to see it. And here I'm just lining up my numbers on the panel. And here they are die cut. So again, you'd never know that there was a stitched die. All you see are the numbers. For the stamps today, I'm using this new fall sampler set. This is from Simon Hurley and Spellbinders. And it's really cool. There's lots of different pumpkins and a ghost and bats, and there's different layers to them. So I am just going to show you how I stamped this pumpkin. I took my lightest color of orange. Now there is a stamp in the set that will stamp in the little floral detail that you see. And here I'm taking a darker color, and you'll see I'm just going to kind of stamp towards the bottom of the stamp. And then I'm going to take a little blending brush and kind of get rid of the harsh edges there. So this is how you can turn just one stamp into a layering stamp. Now again, there is a stamp in the set, but I wanted to leave all those little floral details white. So here I'm coming in with a third color. This is kind of my medium color. And now I'm just kind of putting some ink along the side. And again, taking that brush just to get rid of the harsh edges. And I think it's pretty cool. Now, again, you could stamp this pumpkin in one color and then color in with marker those little floral details. All right, one thing I wanted to show you about the die set for this stamp set. It has these little faces to make jack-o'-lanterns, and there's 4 different options. So you don't even need the stamp. You could just use the die set, cut out a pumpkin, and make little jack-o'-lanterns. So I thought that was pretty cool. All right, here's the orange glitter cardstock from the mystery box. And again, I have put foam tape on the back of my panel. I put the glitter cardstock onto a black card base. And if you get intimidated by making shaker cards, the 2 cards that I'm showing you today, they're a great option because they're kind of like shaker cards. You see all the glittery fun underneath your cutout, but you don't have to get intimidated by sequins and all that. So here I'm just showing you how I curled up the wings on my little bats. And there is my card. And I think it's pretty fun. Now for my final card, I forgot to film it. But again, I stamped the bats and I curled up the edges like I just showed you. And here's the paper I used. This is from that little 6x6 paper pack. And I told you that was thin paper, but it's great for stamping on. And this is the gray paper from that paper pack. And I had just inked up the edges with black distress ink. And you can hardly recognize it. And for the little sentiment for this card, I used, this is the Boo Dance Party sentiments from Spellbinders. This is one of my favorite Halloween sentiment set. And those little stars or whatever you want to call them that I put on my card come from this as well. So I think this turned out super cute. And just stamping that stamp onto a colored piece of cardstock and cutting it out, I think is really cool looking. All right, that's it for me today. I apologize if I was rambling on about my spreadsheets for so long, but if you love paper, definitely check out this mystery box. There will be links below. And that's it for me. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.